There are two different types of male lions. A resident male lion is a lion that just stays with the pride for a very long time. They also patrol the pride's area around and around, and the females basically do all the hunting. Nomad lions are male lions that have been kicked out of the pride. They seldom get together into small little groups, and once in a while they'll be able to go back to a new pride, but most of the time they don't.
Lion hunting is a very unique experience in Africa. And what we have going on here is a 250,000 acre block of habitat. These lions move with the movement of the buffalo. And in order to locate the lions, we're setting up baits along the major river systems.
And even though they were hitting the baits quite often, they really didn't keep a consistent pattern, so we wouldn't be able to know, okay, we're gonna have to sit here tonight and they'll come in.
However, what we've learned is over the course of a 28-day safari, at some point, they will become consistent.
You might be able to track a lion for a little short distance, but I don't think you could track one for miles. So it was a baited hunt. Mackenzie was shooting bait. We had another PH that was actually taking care of baits on one end, and if we went south from the main camp, he would go north.
What we have learned over the past 15 days that we've been working on this is that there are two big male lions, one working up the Mpinga River and another working down the Makwasa. These cats have not been consistent on the baits, primarily because there are so many buffalo in the area that it is difficult to keep them focused on our baits.
Even though we were having great success on Plains game, it was still hard to keep a good sizable amount of meat for bait.
I think you fed again last night. Getting the camera down and I'll look at the pictures. Hyenas have been in here.
Hold that for me, please. And then a hyena leaps up and does this. You see this, these long tendrils? That'll be a hyena.
Okay, got it.
Line hunting is a lot of work. You're constantly replenishing baits, hanging new baits, checking when and where the lions have been feeding, and trying to figure out a game plan.
But day after day, you drive from bait to bait, park a little ways from the bait, and walk in.
Oh, inside. Yeah. Did he eat last night? Last night. Have you looked at the pictures? What button do you press? No, I can look at them as we drive.
And now that we've located them, the big challenge is to set it up in such a way that we can have a fair chance at trying to get one in so Mackenzie can have a hunt.
In 2008 at SCI, my dad booked a buffalo hunt to South Africa for the Timbavati for him and a guy that worked for us, Drew. And a couple weeks after the show, we got an email from them saying that there was the lion permit available.
The lion was an afterthought. After I had booked a Cape Buffalo hunt into Timbavati, I got a call from Stormbird guys, and they said, Jack, there's a lion available. Would you like to shoot that lion? And when they told me how much it was, it scared me.
This is a good opportunity. You need to go after this lion because a lot of people are talking about lions not being here for very much longer.
Mackenzie said, Dad, you got to take it. You can't pass this up. You got to take the lion.
A Simba track.
You can see it looks like a really good track there. I mean, look at the size of that toe mark right there.
So you think they got him?
I don't know. It seems like we're following our track coming out of here.
Jack, we didn't take us very long, probably 5 minutes more of tracking, and you can see the two lions lying down. One looks like a really big body one.
had tracked the same lines for 2 days, had been within 35 yards of them, and when he got up and walked away just before he got into the really thick brush, turned, looked right at us, and took off.
Whether in a pride or not, lions are at the top of the food chain.
I'm truly amazed at this whole country and everybody in it. And that's it for now.
We had lots of bait set up around the concession, getting hit every day by some little creature, and they need to be replenished. Early in the morning, we were driving down one of the roads on the concession and caught tracks of a herd of buffalo across the road. And it looked pretty fresh to us, so we got our gear ready and went off and searched these buffalo.
I think we need to shoot a buffalo out of this herd.
That's fine. If we see the one that you want to shoot, we'll shoot it.
Okay.
The problem is that
Yeah.
the boundary now. The boundary's not too far. But that's fine. As long as you're happy with it, that'll be perfect.
The whole herd was basically right in front of us. And I said, there's a pretty good bull, he looks pretty cool. Let's get on the sticks and try to get a shot at him.
That's too high, dude. You gotta start playing him lower. Where's he at?
It's right down there. He's angling slightly away from you. Don't worry.
I'm watching
Don't
him.
shoot again. He might-
I know, dude. I'm watching him.
Sorry?
Is that him with his head up?
No. He
right
was,
between the two
yeah,
trees.
straight down there. Just hang on a second.
Oh, I see him.
Hang on. How'd you feel?
Felt good. In between the legs, right here. Yeah.
Behind the shoulder, because he was angling like.
Yeah, but that's in the crease area.
Actually, a very
And there's plenty of blood. We were following good blood. Even though the bull ran off in the brush with his herd, I felt that it was a good shot. I probably got one lung, but a Cape buffalo bull is very tough. They can go forever on one lung.
I know, see you, get the money,
The bloodshed was getting bigger and bigger, and about 900 yards from the initial shot, Nigel told us to stop.
It might be.
Well, he doesn't know if it's him.
Which meant we had to get closer. We got down on our hands, knees, and our butts and crawled through the thorns, the burnt ground, these pokey bushes just all over the place. Even though this buffalo was wounded, he was still very dangerous and the herd was around him still. So we still had to be very cautious and wary and pay attention. Once Nigel verified it was a wounded bull laying down, we got the stick set up.
I'm going to stand up slowly. I'm going to put the rifle on the sticks, okay? Because he keeps looking away, then he looks here, okay? So I don't want him to be looking here when you stand up.
Okay. And then point him out for me, okay? Then point him out to me.
It's actually quite easy. He'll be the only piece of black that you can see, and his head is on the left-hand side.
Well, there's a branch.
Hey?
There's a branch.
Well, hit them as close to that branch as you can. Watch out. Enough. Hit him again.
I knew that I had to stand my ground. The adrenaline was shaking so bad after the shot. I didn't know what to do. I was just standing there shaking.
Good shot. You did good. You did good.
Fine Cape buffalo in the Salt in Tanzania. We found ourselves tracking buffalo this morning. We got in on the herd and we found the bull that we wanted, and he kind of stopped quartering. I shot. He ran off with the herd and we tracked him.
Well done. That's very good.
Thanks. I think that's him. Kepi, that's gonna be good footage, huh? Use that, all of it.
I've missed it. I didn't get it on camera.
You didn't?
No. You were standing in front of me.
Are you joking with me, Kepi?
What?
You got it, right? We tracked him several hundred yards and we found him and the herd back in here lying down, and we took them just crawling on our butts and our hands and got thorns and dirt. Yeah, real caveman style, no.
You hit him just above the eye.
Well, I didn't want him getting any closer.
You did good, buddy.
Very well.
Is he dead? Ooh, he's a big bull. We knew that if we couldn't see his tail, it was him because he doesn't really have a tail. This bull, we ended up getting the stick set up, and I stood up, hammered him while he was down. He kicked, got up, kind of started coming towards us, shot him again. You just turned your body so you can get behind the tree that I was in front of. I know that. I seen you.
I was not going nowhere, but
No.
no place to run, no place to hide.
And then he was about 20 yards away, and I stepped out from a tree that was blocking me. And because he was just coming, I hurried up and stepped out like this, got the gun up, and then I see Nigel he's getting ready to shoot. So I'm like, screw this, I'm not letting.
At the time, I tell you what, one more step and he'd have pulled the trigger.
And I seen him pick his head up, and he was looking dead at me and Nigel, and I could just see the hate and fury in his eyes. So, I mean, before he had any chance, I just brained him and he dropped. What do you think?
I think it's a grand buffalo, and I always knew that you would be able to deal with dangerous game, and
You proved that to me and several people this morning, and you sure proved it to yourself, I'd say, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Because I just stood there when he was kind of coming.
Very, very proud of you. I think that we owe our trackers, our game scout, Mr. Nigel, Jack Redding,
even Cappy, we got to even thank Cappy.
Even Cappy, we owe all them guys a big thank you, don't we?
Yep. And
Pull it. Here we go. Take it. Go.
39. Thanks,
Well
Nigel.
done, Mackenzie. Very good. Very good shooting, and every shot hit and counted there. I was a bit worried, as you heard me say, stop shooting, because I thought the bullets were solids and they were whistling straight out into the cows behind us.
What do you think, James?
I think this in Tanzania, this buffalo is big.
Big.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Well
James. What is he now? Mbogo.
Mbogo.
Not
Now
Nyati.
Mbogo, not Nyati.
We've done pretty good here in Tanzania, and maybe we'll get Big Simba now
Yes.
and have a kabubi.
Kabubi, kabubi.
Day 19, we started driving down the road toward one of our baits along the Makwasa River.
Hey.
And we got to this one point, and Nigel looked out the window and was like, oh, there's some lion tracks there. So Nigel and the tracks kind of follow 20 yards from the truck, and because this looks just like it's heading right towards the bait.
Yeah, they're going to be about 1 kilometer.
How far is that? 800 yards?
Half a mile.
That's the second batch of the day.
Yeah.
First line turned out to be probably a pride line. Can't shoot pride lines. You wouldn't want to do that anyway. Disrupts the generation, basically, of babies.
And just sneak into the bait very quietly, and we'll see what happens. Maybe it's just lying down close by, and maybe we'll get to see this line. We found a fresh set of lion tracks heading right toward one of our baits. Nigel just taps him on the shoulder to stop because he's seen something move. And also an airplane flies over. And the lion picks his head up again. After a couple minutes, Nigel's like, I'm gonna try calling, just like, trying to call this lion, just get him to pick his head up. And picked his head up, and I was like, I don't know if I keep doing this, he might just get up and run. Is he in that dark shade?
Just on the edge of it, Joe. And wait, he might just pick up his head. Try and wait for him to stand up, okay? Take your time, don't rush the shot.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Good shot.
Very good combination. Good shot.
Number 4 in the salt. This is the 4th Big 5 animal we have taken on this safari. It is the lion. And he picked his head up, looked this way, looked that way, looked at us, looked that way again, and I shot him and he went kapunk. He is a really cool looking lion. My dad shot his lion 2 years ago, and he says he'll know exactly how I feel, and I feel pretty happy right now and pretty fortunate that my dad was able to bring me here. And what do you think?
I think they're a really neat critters.
Getting closer.
You're a lot closer, aren't you?
Now we're winning.
Now
We're not winning, but...
You've been winning every day you've been here, whether you shot anything or not, I think, but that's my opinion.
Thanks for bringing me.
You're welcome, man.
Hey, come on, give me a real hug.
Oh, well, I won't fall over.
Oh.
I'm very pleased with the whole experience I've had here at the Timbavati, but I know one thing, this is probably as close to the old Africa as a guy will ever get in my lifetime or anybody else's lifetime, just from this day forward, you know.
Absolutely.